How's it going, everybody? I hope we all had a fantastic 4th of July weekend. I know I somewhat did. I just wanted to get on here and kind of talk a little bit. I haven't uploaded in a couple months, and I've just been kind of taking a break, playing a lot of Tarkov, playing a lot of Monster Hunter, that sort of thing. And it's been fun. I mean, I really just been doing me and only me. I mean, I don't, I haven't really been, other than my kids, I haven't really been taking the time for anybody else, which is sort of what I want to talk about today. What I've learned since turning 30, and then, now that I own my house, like fully own it, there's no mortgage, no rent, the house is bought and paid for. Just a couple things that I've learned over the course, of the past year and a half, since turning 30, since owning a house. Since then I've also got me a couple pets too. So I kind of want to talk about, what it means to take care of something smaller than you. I saw a guinea pig the other day and it made me think about it. So those are pretty much the topics that I'm going to get into. I don't want to waste too much time with a pseudo intro. So we'll start off with number one. So what have I learned since turning 30? Well, since turning 30, I don't. I feel like I've matured more than I've learned. Like I don't find the same things that I thought were hilarious when I was 22. Now that I'm 31, I mean, there's some things that I obviously still find funny, but I'm not like the exact same person that I was when I was 21. Now that could be due to the fact that like I'm way more jaded and cynical now than I ever have been. Just due to some major life changes. I mean, I had a video a couple months back that had said something about major life changes aren't always bad or something along those lines. But my major life change was like losing a job, like a good paying job. I was making like $1,300 a week, last fall. And then now I'm making fucking like $600 a week. And then I'm trying to do this whole YouTube thing, so like that's definitely contributed to my cynicism and my just overall negativity. However, just the fact that like I own a house, though, I don't have to pay rent. That obviously keeps me afloat, because if I had to pay rent, then I'd be pretty much homeless right now, probably, most likely. Either that or I'd have to be grinding a lot fucking harder. Not that I'm like opposed to that. It's just that like I see a lot of people talking, like a lot of YouTubers and whatnot, and they talk like they have all the answers, and then I look and it's like, bro, you're 25. If I made a video about like where I was at and how I was doing when I was 25, yeah, I was married, I had a kid, I had a job. I drank after work like most people do. I wasn't like an angry drunk. I was just an alcoholic. That's just all I cared about was drinking. But I'm sure if, you're 24 years old and you have a couple thousand in your account, I mean, I'm sure, it does feel like you have all the answers. I know that if I was 24, 25 years old and I, had my house and a couple thousand in my account, I would think that I have it all figured out too. And there were certain times in my life where I did think I have it all figured out. And, sometimes even now I feel like I have it all figured out, but I don't. And even people older than me, 45, they don't have it all figured out. Have you ever actually talked to somebody who's older than you? Like, I'm 31 and I have older people who call me a kid. So that tells me right there that even right now, I don't have all the answers. And I don't think anybody does, but, the only thing you can do is just tell your own personal life experiences. So basically, what have I learned since turning 31? Well, I've learned that you can overcome whatever challenge you feel like is insurmountable. I thought alcoholism was insurmountable. I didn't think that I'd be able to get through that. But I did, and I'm about, I drank in February and in October. So technically, I'm only like 4 months sober now. But minus those two times, I haven't seriously drank since I was 27 years old. So like 3 to 4 years. And I could obviously take those exact same principles and apply it to my situation today. I mean, obviously, I'm not going to be in this position forever. I mean, unless I want it to be that way, which I obviously don't. And I mean, it's not like I'm in a horrible position. I'm just broke all the time. I'm just like barely getting by, which I mean, it's okay. I mean, I'm still like, you know what I mean? I still have to like count my blessings, I'm still fortunate just for the whole house thing. So, I mean, that alone right there just obviously lifts my spirits up. But at what point does it make me lazy? Yeah, I'm getting by, but I'm not prospering. I'm not like doing the absolute most that I could possibly be doing. It's not just me that I'm living for. There's other people that I have to take care of now, people that I'm responsible for. And yeah, you could learn that early on too. I mean, I had my first kid whenever I was 16 years old, so responsibility was something I learned even in my 20s. But even since turning 30 and having a home, that's become even more apparent than it ever has been. And also, just by virtue of being 31 years old, everyone around me is older too. I mean, my grandma's 95 years old, and my grandpa's like 93 years old. And, all my aunts and uncles are in their 50s and 60s. So that's what I mean whenever I say, like, there's other people that, like, I have a duty to be responsible for. I have two cats and a dog and a gecko. So there's animals that I'm responsible for. I have to make sure that my house is taken care of, because if my house isn't taken care of, then the animals suffer. So aside from my two children, I mean, these are the responsibilities I've accumulated over the past, 5, 6 years. So those are some of the things I've learned. And then the other thing I was going to talk about is, like, taking care of things that are smaller than you. I have two cats and a dog, all of which I've had since they were babies. I mean, the dog, I got her for my brother because his dog had gotten pregnant. Well, he bred her, so it wasn't like she just got pregnant. He bred her with another dog, and then I got one of the puppies. And she was the runt of the litter, and then also had a bum leg. And for me, I think I just find kind of special joy in taking care of something that's smaller or weaker or perceived weaker, because she's big now. I mean, she's like 50, 60 pounds. I mean, if she was upset and really wanted to, I mean, I'm sure she could do some damage. And then my cats, I have a black cat named Rufus. All of them females, by the way. But her name's Rufus. My coworker found her in a storm drain, or that's what he says. I don't know if his cat just got pregnant. He pawned the kitten off on me. And then my last cat was the runt of the litter. Nobody wanted her, so I ended up getting her from my cousin because his cat got pregnant. And so yeah, that's my little gaggle that I have over here. But I also had some guinea pigs too. And they ended up passing away on me. Long story short, I gave them a different food. I gave them orchard grass instead of Timothy hay because the store was out. And in doing that, they refused to eat and basically went on a hunger strike until it was too late for me to notice. And yeah, they ended up passing away. And that event actually, like, really kind of hurt. That I feel like it almost changed me as a man, because I was like, this poor creature relied on me and only me. Like, nobody else was going to keep this creature alive except for me. And I failed at that. So, like, it kind of made me sit down and think a little bit. And I buried them in my front yard and even got them a little headstone to bury, to put in my yard so that it shows, my guinea pigs there. Because they weren't just my guinea pigs. They were originally my daughters, but they ended up growing on me. But I feel like that goes for a lot of different things. I mean, I've relocated at least 5 or 6 different raccoons from my attic. I sealed up the hole now, but they kept going up there. So, like, I would trap them and I wouldn't kill them. I would just relocate them to a different area. Some people say that's illegal. I mean, it's a raccoon. It was going to probably relocate there on its own anyway. But anyway, I've done that to 5 different raccoons already. And then I've fostered 4 of them for like a couple weeks, and then I ended up giving those away to someone who could actually take care of them. But I find joy in taking care of things, especially obviously whenever you do everything you can for that one thing to survive, or make it, or however you want to put it. And that kind of goes along with, I made a video not too long ago about the joy of creating things. And so I haven't really created much lately. I've been going live, playing video games, stuff like that. But I haven't really created a video. I haven't really created a video like this. Like, this is kind of like what I typically was uploading on my channel, was just videos of me playing video games and, talking about life experiences, alcoholism, marriage, divorce, kids, animals, whatever you want to talk about, or I guess whatever was on my mind in a particular day. But I don't know. At some point in February, I got real discouraged or cynical, and I just kind of, I don't know, I quit uploading, and I just kind of focused on just hanging out at the house, taking care of my animals, and playing my video games. I put about 600 hours into Tarkov and probably another 400 across Monster Hunter. I say across because I've been playing Wilds, Rise, and then for nostalgia, I went back and played Monster Hunter 4U and Freedom Unite. 4U was probably the Monster Hunter I played the most. I put like 400 some hours into that game on the DS. I'm surprised it didn't blow up on me. I'm actually doing a playthrough right now of Monster Hunter 4 Ultimate. Right now, it just consists of lives, but you know, whenever I play the game, I go live with it. And my job's really easy, so oftentimes I stream at work. So in a way, I guess I do get paid to stream. In a way, in a roundabout way, if I do some mental gymnastics. And also, one last thing I want to touch on about as far as owning a house goes, and I don't say that to rub it in anyone's face. I just say that because I'm going to title the video, you know, what I've learned since turning 30 and owning a home. And it's just that, like, another sense of responsibility. I obviously have to mow my grass. When something goes wrong, I have to fix it or hire somebody to fix it. I can't just call the landlord. Like, my AC was out all of, I think, May. So I had no air condition. I had to like put aside some money so that I could hire an HVAC guy to come out here, fix my AC, and you know, that sort of thing. So I guess that's one advantage to renting is you better stay on your landlord's ass to fix whatever problems you have going on, because at the end of the day, that's what your rent is supposed to be paying for. And if you're paying $2,000, your AC better be blowing cold every single day of the year. But yeah, just responsibility for the house. The house is like a whole other kid. You know, you have to make sure it's clean. You have to make sure it's taken care of. You have to make sure the grass is mowed. You have to make sure it's presentable. Right now, I have a bunch of tree limbs in my backyard because I had to hire a guy to trim the trees around the house because the raccoons kept getting in my attic. So that was one solution that I thought would maybe fix it. But cosmetically, it makes the place look better, but it didn't fix my raccoon problem. But that's all right. We're 30 now. We're more mature. We have a better understanding. The raccoons are looking for a place to live just like I am. Do they deserve to die? Absolutely not. Do they deserve to be relocated? Absolutely. Get them out of my attic. And lastly, I just want to touch on my career. I'm sure nobody is going to be able to find it in any of my previous uploads, but I'm an EMT. I've been an EMT since 2020. You know, I've been maintaining my license, which is great. That's another thing that I'm fortunate about, is that I do have a career path that I could feasibly get a job somewhere else. But you know, I just have some things that I have to take care of first. Namely, I have a warrant for like missing a court date. So like, I technically can't pass a background check, but in order to get that cleared up, I have to set aside, you know, like $700 so that I can pay whatever fine it is that I have. I mean, the warrant is from like 2018. So like, we're talking, you know, 7-8 years ago. And it's just, like I said, for missing a court date over like a traffic violation or something like that. So it's convoluted, it sucks, and it really puts me between a rock and a hard place. But, you know, those are the things that I can be fortunate about. I mean, technically, I do have my EMT, I've maintained it, and I've also learned a lot just from being an EMT. I could make a whole other separate video about what I've learned across working on the ambulance for, you know, 5-6 years. As anybody could. Anybody who works on an ambulance could tell you some stuff that they've learned just over the course of that time. If I could drop a nugget of knowledge in regards to what I've learned from that job in like one sentence, it's just don't judge people by what they look like. I mean, I've been in an ambulance myself, just being an alcoholic dozens of times. So, I mean, it could be anybody back there. I mean, just because they look like they're homeless, they could just be down bad, but, you know, they have a whole wife and kids and people who depend on them. So that's the biggest thing I've learned. There's a lot of other things, but if I was to pick one thing, it would be that. And I think I'm just gonna cut it here. I'll be uploading more, just as far as like things that I need to get off my chest. You know, because there's a lot of things that are on my mind. And I originally started this YouTube channel like a year ago as, you know, a diary of sorts, you know, for me to get on here and kind of express myself. So if you made it this far, I really appreciate it. I appreciate you listening to me yap for 13 minutes, 14 minutes, however long it is. It's about 15 minutes now, but anyway, I go live playing Monster Hunter, Tarkov, DayZ. I mean, I like survival games. I like a challenge. So if you ever are interested in joining the chat on that, if I'm live, we're there, we're talking. So I appreciate everybody's time. Hope everybody had a great 4th of July, spent time with family, ate some good food, and appreciate everybody's time. All right, peace.